So today I want to present about Oshri assessment Hiract. So the first one of the work activity, one is inspect the truck before the collect the rubbish. So for the hazard is a poorly maintained truck. For effect is incidents. For risk control is inspect the truck before they start collecting the rubbish. For the so the likelihood 5, severity 3, and score is 15. So the this is work activity is level height. Okay, so for the responsible person is a driver and worker. So next work activity, driver and worker wearing the PPE such as the safety shoes and glove. So for the hazard is driver fatigue and stress, effect skin disease. Risk control, supervisor must be alert worker to aware the PPE before they start collecting rubbish. So for the likelihood, I think 3 and severity 2. So for the score is 6. The level, medium, and responsible person is supervisor. Okay, next is collecting the rubbish from the residential area. For the hazard is a truck overload rubbish falling from the vehicle. So the effect is road pollution, and the risk control supervisor must make a regular rubbish collecting a schedule. So I think the likelihood 3 and score 2. So the score is 6. Level medium and responsible person is supervisor. So 4 is separate the recycle waste and non-recycle waste. For the hazard is the recycle waste falling at the road. Effect of the recycle waste is waste reductions, environment benefits. Risk control, supervisor must be arranged the shaded truck for recycle waste and non-recycle waste. So the likelihood 1, severity is 3 and a score 3. So low, the level, and a responsible person is supervisor. 5 is work activity, the non-recycle waste that cannot be feeder. The process is compact using heavy machinery. So for the hazard is overload rubbish and effect damage truck, and risk control collecting the rubbish according capacity the lorry. The likelihood 2 and severity 4 and score 8. Level is a medium and responsible person is a worker. Seat is a transfer waste to the disposal site. For the hazard is spill and leaks airborne pollutions, and for the effect contamination of soil and surrounding area pollution. Posing a threat to both human health and environment. So for the risk control is make sure the worker collecting the rubbish must be according to the right ways. For the likelihood 3 and severity 4. So total score is 12. The level is medium. So responsible person is a worker. So the last one of work activity is wash the truck that has been used. So for the hazard is water pollution, and effect of the work activity is aquatic effect, and risk control make water pollution drain so that it does not flow into the river area. The likelihood is 2 and severity 3, and the score of this activity is 6. Level is medium and Responsible person is supervisor and workers. Okay, next is job safety and analysis. One is inspect the vehicle before collect the rubbish. For hazard is poorly maintained vehicle, and control measure is scheduled maintenance is performed on the vehicle. Two is the driver and some worker wearing the PPE such as safety shoes and glove. So for the hazard is driver fatigue and stress, and for the control measure, supervisor must given the wrong call to the worker every day before they start collecting the rubbish. Then ensure they must follow the SOP wearing PPE such as full PPE. 3 is collecting the rubbish from residential area. For the hazard is vehicle overload, rubbish falling from the vehicle and adverse weather. So for the control measure, ensure the driver adhere to shift working time, ensure the waste capacity be monitored by supervisor. 4 is separate the recycle and non-recycle waste. Hazard is injected the worker. So for the control measure is ensure the worker wear a glove before the start separate the waste. 5 is the non-recycle waste that cannot be further. The process is compacted using heavy machinery to reduce its volume. So for the hazard is accidents. Control measure is ensure safe work practice. 6 is transfer the waste to disposal site. For the hazard, poor road condition, transfer waste to the illegal landfill. So for the control measure is ensure speed the limit, adhere competence driver. So the last one is waste the truck that has been used. For the hazard is leachate resulting from using the vehicle, and the control measure is create the pipe and drain system to remove waste water and contaminated before being discharged. That's all from me, and thank you.
My name is salsabila binti Khalid, and I'm from Bachelor of Occupational Safety and Health. So I would like to explain furthermore about the fishbone of lorry cargo head into accident in road. So we have listed 6M, which is manpower, method, measurement, material, mother nature, and also is machine. So there are a few lists in each type, which is in manpower. The number one is the driver has to work over shift because the company lack of resources to hire more driver. This make the driver become fatigued and distracted. Second is insufficient rest break. The driver may experience micro sleep, causing it to lose consciousness for a few seconds. This can disaster at high speed level and can lead to collision. The third is the driver feel pressure to meet delivery deadline due to staff shortness. This can lead driver to take unnecessary risks like speeding or neglecting safe driving practice. And lastly is the fear of losing their job due to company budget cuts and might push the driver to overwork themselves and experiencing fatigue and risk-taking behavior. Another type in method that we are notice is the number one, with fewer staff and driver remaining them has to do additional tasks beyond their duty, which leads to mistake in securing cargo like exceeding weight or neglecting proper safety procedure. The second is the cargo wasn't secured properly. It could fall during transportation and causing lorry to lose control. The third is feel pressure feel pressure and rush to meet the deadline to complete the task. Might cut corner or ignore procedure to save time. They may prioritize speed and efficiency over safety, leading to increased risk-taking, such as speeding and aggressive driving. And the lastly is failure to conduct through priority inspection, which can cause a mechanical defect or maintenance issue that could cause breakdown or malfunction during transit. So the another type is measurement. Under measurement, we listed three, which is the number one, overloaded lorry by carrying over maximum weight limit, which causes the cargo unstable and prone to tipping over. The driver who are not adequate trained or familiar with proper procedure may make mistake due to misunderstanding. The driver may not alert with improper or certain safety measure. The third is there is no supervision to give awareness and monitor them, which driver may feel less accountable for following the SOP. So for the machine, which the number one is machinery failure, which include issue with the brake, tires, steering or other critical component of the lorry. The number two is poorly maintained vehicle are more likely to experience breakdown or malfunction that could lead to accident. And the third is weak or damaged lorry cargo being used because lack of resources due to low demand and low profit company. For material which failure to wear seat belt or use loading dock and restraint can increase the severity of injury in accident. Improper securing cargo causes the cargo failing off and lose stability or lose control rollover. For the third is defective tool. Exposure to element or heavy use can weaken strap, hook or other equipment, which increasing the risk of failure and cargo dislodgement. And the fourth is using the brake tool such as a retainer strap, tie down hook or pallet jack can increase the risk equipment failure and cargo security. And lastly is muddy nature, which is number one is adverse weather such as rain, strong wind and can make driving condition more difficult. Number two is road hazard such as pothole, debris or other obstacle on the road can cause driver to lose control of vehicle. The third is other vehicle on the road, pedestrian or animal crossing unexpectedly. And lastly is natural disaster such as flood, landslide and earthquake. Road damage can occur block or hazardous driving condition. That is a few type that we notice from it. So this is the bow-tie model. There are few threat and countermeasure we listed on, which is the loss control of the lorry. The types we have noticed there is 5, which is the number one is driver has to work over shift. The measure control is to limit the worker hour of the driver, and the driver must involve in the self-awareness and risk assessment program. It is required the driver has 2% to share driving responsibility for the same lorry, especially when in a long hour driving. So this is the Scala factor we are listing on. The second threat is poorly maintained vehicle, which is insufficient brake. So the countermeasure we listed 3. The first one is regular maintenance to the lorry. The second is installing advanced driver assistance system with failure automatic emergency brake. And the third is do inspection on lorry before start driving. The third threat is fatigue driver. There are few control measures, which is number one, educate. They have to educate the driver about the important of sleep and have a good rest and ensuring their sufficient sleep before and after long journey is vital. The second is do fatigue management program, including pre-trip inspection, fatigue monitoring system such as installing video camera. And the third is onboard weighing system, allow driver and authorized to monitor the vehicle weight in a real time. The fourth threat is overloaded carrying more than maximum limit weight of the lorry. So for the countermeasure is dispatch monitoring, monitor the weight limit item being carried by different lorry type and road category. For the second is safe driving practice, encourage driver to adhere to speed limit, avoiding overloading and practice defensive driver technique. The third is proper training for the driver on safe loaded vehicle before they even start their journey. Lastly, for the third threat, which is road hazard, we listed the road infrastructure improvement. By investing the repair, maintenance and safety upgrade can improve road condition and reduce risk. The second is driver education and awareness on training driver on defensive driving technique and safe practice. So this is the Scala factor, which is do efficiency route planning on which road that driver can use and scheduling the trip systematically. So this is the consequences and control barrier. We listed five consequences and a few type of control barrier, which is for number one, quality of the vehicle, which is they have to have a safe driving practice by following traffic rule and maintaining safe speed, avoiding distraction and driving defensively. Traffic safety campaign and also having a traffic safety campaign, raising public awareness about the road safety and advocating the responsible driving can contribute to a safer driving environment. The second one is the injured to the driver, which is broken bone, internal injury, and head trauma. This we could say there are four type of control barrier, which is by using a seat belt to reduce the risk of ejection and head injury. The second is safe driving practice, such as driving defensive driving technique and hazard awareness to driver. The third is vehicle safety features such as airbag, crumple zone, and energy absorbing steering wheel, minimizing the impact of collision on the driver's body. For the Scala factor, connected car technology, emergency calling, and automatically crash notification system can instantly alert emergency service, facilitating faster response time. So for the third consequences is damage to the lorry. We listed five control barrier, which is number one, regular maintain, inspect and maintain brake, tires, suspensions and load securing equipment to minimize the breakdown. Choose road that avoid poor road condition, low clearance bridge or other hazard that could damage to the lorry. Number three is insurance coverage. Maintain comprehensive insurance to cover repair costs and potential liability to case of the accident or damage. Use telematic system to monitor vehicle health, truck route and identify potential risks before they lead to damage. Number 5 is condition through investigation into accident of the damage to identify root cause and implement corrective action to prevent recurrence. Number 4 for consequences is cargo spillage, which is they have to educate driver on risk of cargo spillage and the importance of proper cargo handling, loading, securing technique. For number 2 is pre-trip inspection, which the driver should conduct through to ensure the door, latch, and securing mechanism are functioning properly and the cargo is accurately fastened. Establish clear procedure for river to immediately notify authorities and responsibility party in case of spillage and providing detail about the cargo location. And lastly is traffic disruption, which is proactively address pothole, crack and drainage issue to maintain smooth traffic flow. And lastly is schedule work during off-peak hour, implement clear and provide ample signage to guide driver.